Hey everybody, Who's Your Jedi here with another review for you. This time I'm talking episode 1 of season 3 of Sherlock called The Empty Hearse. And yeah guys, after 2 years, 2 very long years, Sherlock is finally back. And this is an interesting episode. This really was not exactly what I was expecting the show to be when it came back. It's actually surprisingly lighthearted. After what happened in the last episode, I expected it when it came back that this was going to be very, very serious, dealing with the ramifications of Sherlock's apparent death. But here, the show comes in and really just starts having fun. Now, not that there aren't a few serious moments here and there, but for the most part, this is, as I said, surprisingly lighthearted. This is, I think, like the most lighthearted we've ever seen on Sherlock. There's plenty of humor to be had, and the vast majority of the plot for this episode has really nothing to do with the mystery of what's going on. In fact, the real mystery involving, the terrorism angle is really only brought to the forefront in the final third of the episode. And really, this episode is mostly just kind of putting the pieces back on the board and basically saying, okay, we've moved things around a little bit, but for the most part, we're back up and running, we're back in business, let's run with it and have some fun. And this is completely and utterly highlighted by just what happens when Sherlock finally reveals himself to John. He ends up getting punched in the face, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And it's hard to deny that after everything he's done over the last 2 seasons, that Sherlock has not seriously earned that. And what's so wonderful about it is that he completely and utterly doesn't see it coming. He's completely and utterly... It doesn't even cross his mind that John has in some way gone on with his life. He just imagines that John has been on pause these last 2 years while he's been out there dismantling Moriarty's criminal network. But, John is a resilient guy. He's gone on with his life. He's found a woman he wants to marry, who is actually played by the real-life girlfriend of the actor. So, yeah. And also, Sherlock's parents are played by Benedict Cumberbatch's actual parents. I mean, how great was that? But anyway, we also get to see, Sherlock have his little moments with Lestrade and Molly and Mrs. Hudson. And, of course, there's the whole thing of like, well, okay, how did Sherlock survive? And we get some and we never do get a complete answer. And that's actually what I consider to be a strength of this episode, and it's actually a key part of the humor in this episode. I like how we even get to see, the really goofy, crazy reporter theory. We get to see the goofy fangirls theory that involves Sherlock and Moriarty apparently being an item. I have to say, I got quite a big kick out of that. I enjoy it when shows are not afraid to poke fun at their audience. Supernatural, for example, is a show that has done this on more than one occasion and done so magnificently. And you could just tell that when that scene was being written, the writers definitely had a little bit of they were definitely calling to their heads what they figured probably some of the people who've been flipping out about this show on Tumblr for the last 2 years might be like. And I'm sure, of course, there are some people out there who are just absolutely livid over this. I personally find it, as I said, absolutely hilarious. Because, well, let's face it, folks, how seriously can you possibly take yourself if, in regards to time you spend talking about or geeking out or getting angry about a TV show on the internet? I mean, really, the way you react to a TV show on the internet, this is in no way, shape, or form something that should be taken seriously. I mean, it's a TV show. We're talking about it on the internet. Okay, we're not talking about cancer or nuclear war or anything that really does deserve to be taken seriously. It's talking about TV on the internet. But anyway, uh, like I said, it was just really fun watching the show really get back in the saddle. And as I said, now that this episode is over, a few of the details have changed, but we're ready to go back for the next 2 episodes and just have some more of what has really made this show good for the last 2 years. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this more lighthearted tone kind of sticks around. And just look at the way the Sherlock even embraces putting on the Deerstalker cap, something he had previously just railed against when he goes out there to talk to the press. I mean, if that's not, the show, symbolic of the show embracing the somewhat more goofy aspects of things, I don't know what is. Also, another positive for this episode, absolutely nothing that you could really say was... Okay, let me put it this way. My one big gripe that I've had with Sherlock in the last 2 seasons is that every time any character who was American showed up or any reference was made to America, it was always done in an extraordinarily negative light. Now, okay, fine. I admit, I understand that other folks out there, have their grievances with the U.S. Okay, I'm American. I have my grievances with the U.S. But, watching the show really just made me want to say, look, Moffat, the Bush years have been over for a long time. Let it go. And, yeah, this is like, so far, we've gotten none of that. And, yeah, I'm definitely happy about that. And, don't get me started on the way America was portrayed on Doctor Who. When Perry is really one of the highlights of how Americans have been portrayed on Doctor Who, yeah. Oh boy. But anyway, the point of it all is Sherlock is back. Apparently they're going to be embracing a somewhat more lighthearted tone, which, after how really harsh the last season was, I'm perfectly okay with. I'm ready to go out there and have some more fun with this show, with these characters, and I hope you guys will join me for that. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you this time around. As always, please comment, rate, and subscribe, and of course you can follow me on Twitter at HoosierJedi. Until next time, take care and have a good one.